Right now on Apple Valley News, now in prime time, this wild chase through Kittitas County happened just a few days ago. Why it took deputies multiple pit maneuvers to finally arrest the driver. Plus, one Pasco family is lucky to be okay after a car crashes through their fence and causes damage to the home. Also, the Washington State Court's website is finally back online following a 2-week-long shutdown. Our Emily Goodell finds out why this happened in the first place. Stacey?
And we're tracking some mountain snow continuing tonight. Even more of that white stuff on the way. I'll tell you all about it coming up.
This is Apple Valley News Now, prime time on your side.
Good to see everybody. Welcome to the news in prime time right after Monday Night Football. I'm Austin Reed. It is a first alert weather day, and this story surely stresses that. White Pass Ski Resort in Yakima County has announced that thanks to Mother Nature, this could be one of the earliest openings for the mountain. They are tentatively planning to kick things off this Friday, November 22nd, exclusively for their season pass holders. On Saturday and Sunday, they say they are aiming to welcome everyone, so lift tickets will be available. Officials also say the rental shop will be open too. So let's talk more about this first alert weather day. It seems like we're going to be dealing with this for the next few days. Stacey Lee joining us live now to break it all down for us.
Really good news for the ski resorts. I am a season pass holder. We'll be working on Friday, however, so I won't be up there skiing. But we are continuing to see some light snow showers this evening. 13 inches of new snow has fallen at White Pass alone, not to mention all of our other areas we were seeing snow. We've got an atmospheric river, the textbook version of an atmospheric river pointed right at the Pacific Northwest. That's going to bring lots of wind, big waves out on the ocean. It's also going to bring tons of rain, potential landslides, and maybe loss of power. We're talking about a big storm equivalent to a hurricane. 6 to 16 inches in the pink. We actually have a blizzard warning. We don't see this very often. 8 to 20 inches at a time coming across the mountains with 60-mile-an-hour winds. Could be impossible to travel across White Pass tomorrow, and portions of Snoqualmie Pass beginning tomorrow night into Wednesday. Locally in the Ellensburg area, 2 to 4 inches, 6 to 8 inches in the upper elevations. So big time news there snow-wise. 40 degrees on our Legends Casino Skycam tonight. Winds are still breezy at 13 to 15 miles an hour, and we'll continue to see those winds increasing over the next couple of days. So get ready for those snow levels to drop. We're going to see some lower elevation snow, more rain, snow Tuesday night into Wednesday, and heavy snow for the mountains. Lots to break down coming up. Austin.
Turning to a crime alert, the Richland Police Department is investigating after a man was shot and killed in an alley in the Uptown Shopping Center. Saturday around 4:15 a.m., RPD says a person called dispatch saying his friend was shot. Officers arrived to find a man with multiple gunshot wounds. 36-year-old Michael Perkins died at the scene. So far, the Richland Police Department has not yet made any arrests in the case. Right now, the Street Crimes Unit and Criminal Investigations Team are working together on reviewing video surveillance and contacting witnesses.
On occasion, we do respond to that area for calls of violence. As you know, there are multiple bars that are in that area, and so around closing time and even before that, sometimes altercations pop up, and we have had different types of calls involving weapons in that area over the past few years.
According to the police department, people were gathered in the alley of the Uptown Shopping Center when Perkins became involved in a confrontation with another man. The suspect shot and killed Perkins before leaving. RPD has confirmed that Perkins was a transient and known to frequent the shopping center. Police believe this is an isolated incident, but the suspect is believed to still be armed, so contact RPD if you know anything. A car crashes into a fence and came to rest in the yard of a Pasco home just before 3 o'clock this afternoon. Apple Valley News Now crews arrived shortly after. This happened at the intersection of Road 44 and West Marie Street in Pasco. Police believe speed was the reason behind the crash. Nobody was hurt, but the owners who weren't home at the time of the crash tell us they were surprised when they got the call.
our master bathroom, so the mirror's knocked off, the countertop is off, everything is, part of the bedroom wall is damaged. It's bad, and I'm supposed to have surgery.
The investigation will continue. Drugs or alcohol were not factors, according to police. New video tonight from the Kittitas County Sheriff's Office. A Superior Court judge has ordered a driver in a pursuit from last week be held on a $500,000 bail. Now, the suspected driver made his first appearance in court on Friday. This all began around 6 p.m. last Wednesday. Deputies say this silver Infiniti was driving erratically on SR 97 south of Yakima. A WSP trooper pulled him over, but as the trooper walked towards the car, the man took off. He fled all the way up I-82 and onto I-90, where more deputies joined in. The man reached speeds of up to 110 miles an hour. Troopers deployed stop sticks, but the driver still wouldn't come to a stop. Finally, almost 70 miles from the start of the chase, a pit maneuver was made just west of Cle Elum. After the first attempt failed, the deputies' second pit spun and stopped the Infiniti. The driver was finally taken into custody. The 22-year-old driver from Yakima has now been charged with DUI, felony eluding, among other charges. An Oregon man has been sentenced to prison after he previously pleaded guilty to felony and misdemeanor charges related to his conduct during the breach of the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. 27-year-old Matthew Leland Klein of Pendleton was sentenced to 90 days in prison and 36 months of supervised release. Now, Klein previously pleaded guilty to a felony charge of civil disorder and a misdemeanor charge of entering and remaining in a restricted building back in July. The Washington State Court's website is back online following a 2-week-long shutdown due to unauthorized activity discovered on its network on November 4th. But Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us they're still trying to get things totally back to normal.
One of the biggest impacts, lack of access to the state's e-filing system, which has left attorneys having to go old school.
If you've got a new case and you need to file that case, you're going to walk over to the courthouse like lawyers used to do. You're going to put that paper in front of a clerk and you're going to file that case. And that, for some lawyers, newer lawyers, that was a throwback to something that they thought was in a bygone era. It's not the case.
Attorney Bill Pickett says the outage was an inconvenience, but working on the civil side, they're used to a long, slow process.
I think the bigger impact was where you have much tighter timelines in the criminal arena. Those folks had to deal with a lot more of the difficulty, certainly than the civil side.
The outage also a pain for Washington State Patrol, which couldn't access critical information used to perform firearms background checks, receiving about 700 requests a day. Now, WSP says they've processed over 6,500 of the backlogged requests and will be working to get fully caught up this week. Yakima Municipal Court has been operating with limited services and only essential court functions for 2 weeks. With the system back up, they're restoring services and will resume taking payments again Tuesday. There's little information available about what the unauthorized activity in the state court system entailed, but state court administrators say it's been eliminated and no ransomware or data breach has been detected. They say users can expect disruptions as they continue to bring up the system. Meanwhile, the Blake Refund Bureau, Appellate Court Document Portal, and e-filing for Appellate Courts will be offline until the network is stable. Pickett says this is a good reminder for attorneys to always be prepared.
While it's very convenient and it's very good and efficient to have those computers and to have online databases and online systems for filing, we never want to forget there's also a fallback that in the old days we did it maybe not as efficiently or as quickly, but we can still get it done.
State court administrators say they'll be releasing more information after the state's Judicial Information System Committee meeting in December. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Emily, turning to your money, the Washington State Employment Security Department sent out a WARN announcement stating nearly 2,200 Boeing employees are expected to be laid off before the new year. Officials say permanent separations are expected to begin December 20th. WorkSource will be reaching out to employees to ease the transition. This information comes only 2 weeks after Boeing accepted a contract offer to end employee strikes. The average annual pay of Boeing machinists is currently $75,000. Closer to home, John L. Scott Yakima has acquired Heritage Real Estate Group, the largest independent boutique brokerage in Yakima. Heritage was established in 1994. Many of its agents are Yakima natives and are expected to make the transition to John L. Scott. The company also says they are currently hiring. New tonight as we wrap up 2024 in less than 2 months and start to plan for the new year. One local city is still trying to figure out what to do with its budget plan going into the new year. But as Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma says, some of the budget issues won't carry over.
In August this year, the city of Sunnyside discovered they were in a $4 million deficit. City manager Mike Gonzalez says the city has been chipping away at that amount, and now going into 2025, they've cut that amount by more than half.
So what I've done up to my tenure is basically we stop spending and we're really trying to save as much as we possibly can. So by the end of the year, basically the rollover of what we call the beginning fund balance should be anywhere between $500,000 to $800,000.
Gonzalez says when it comes to getting the city back on track, it's not just about cutting assets.
That's kind of how we got in this problem, with selling assets. And because the problem with selling assets, that it's really a one-time revenue. So you have to be really choosy when you have these one-time revenues that come in.
Gonzalez says they're at the drawing board trying to plan for a better future and have come up with a couple of options. Some of those options include possibly freezing new police officer positions within the Sunnyside Police Department or taking some internal cuts within the city. But Gonzalez says other options up for consideration is closing down some city facilities temporarily.
Perhaps we close the community center, which is something obviously we don't want to do, but we may have to. The other thing we're looking at is, do we close the pool? Because what people don't realize is it can cost anywhere from $400,000 to $500,000 a year to run the pool. And we don't really make much money at all off that. I think I saw we made maybe like $80,000 in total to run a $500,000 pool. So that's definitely not a money-making machine. But we know it's a community asset that's important to people.
It does mean things will be tight for the city of Sunnyside for a bit.
So our goal for 25 is just to save, tighten our belt. So by 2026, we do have a fund balance and we're able to support all these endeavors. But right now, I think because of some of the practices in the past, we find ourselves here.
Nothing is set in stone yet. Gonzalez says they want to hear from the public before they make a final decision, which will be December 9th. Reporting in Sunnyside, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Monique, for that. Gonzalez says people can come to the next City Council meeting on the 25th of this month. So next Monday, it starts at 6 p.m. to give their input on the budget during public comment. Apple Valley News Now in prime time is just getting started. Still ahead, are people in one Tri-Cities community in danger of lead? Our Riley Fitzgerald has that story later.
It was a hardly contested game, I'll say. They play a forechecking game, a good offensive zone game.
It has been a tough last few days for the Kraken, but our Dan Hansen is looking ahead to this week with his Kraken game of the week. And as we mentioned at the top of our broadcast, White Pass could open by this Friday. Stacy is talking about that, and she'll have your full First Alert weather forecast when we return.
At Numerica, we've got money answers for people with batrachophobia. Honestly, same. Get money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a 2024 Bronco Sport Wild Edition with no down payment for $399 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Election night 2024 may be over.
Donald Trump will be the 47th President of the United States.
As the transition of power moves forward, stay with ABC News and Apple Valley News Now for the coverage you trust. Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
5 couples remain.
Who has what it takes to make it to the finale?
It's the semifinals on Dancing with the Stars.
Are you ready? Because I'm coming to get you. Get you, get you. You are amazing.
The Dancing with the Stars semifinals live Tuesday.
At Spectrum, we believe every day unlocks unlimited possibilities to bring you closer to the people and places you love. Spectrum transforms your gaming experience into a galaxy of adventures. And with the fastest, most reliable internet, you're always front row to the entertainment you love, no matter where you are. Get Spectrum Internet Premier for $30 per month when bundled plus a 3-year price guarantee. Call 1-833-440-0029. Spectrum Internet puts streaming live TV, sports, and popular apps all at your fingertips.
Here in Washington, we love the word "and," like socks and sandals, flannels and beanies, wheat fields and mountains. And now with FundHub WA, saving money and helping the climate. Find grants to bring resources and funds to your community. Get incentives to grow your business and transition to clean energy. And discover rebates that will save you money at home and on the go and reduce emissions. Find funding opportunities today at fundhub.wa.gov.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a sporty new Civic, spirited Accord, fun-to-drive HRV, and versatile CRV. So don't wait. Turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KBB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Are you a pour-over purist? At Numerica, you'll find money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
Fly the Northwest with the ladies of WSU Crew, Tuesday at 6.
Welcome back to the news in prime time. Hey, the city of Pasco is delivering notification letters to residents across the city if they have homes and if they contain pipes made out of an unknown material. The big concern here is lead. However, Apple Valley News Now's Riley Fitzgerald says officials haven't seen much lead in the Tri-Cities.
I've been doing this 19 years and we've never found a lead pipe yet that was supplying drinking water to a home.
Based on new EPA regulations, cities must now identify each type of pipe used in service lines connecting water mains to individual buildings, regardless if there is a pretty good likelihood that lead isn't present. It's part of a nationwide effort to identify and then remove lead pipes from drinking water systems.
The rule requires a notification that if we do not know yet what your pipe material is, that we have to make an assumption that it could be lead, and we need to let people know that it could be lead.
If you get a notification letter, this does not necessarily mean your home has lead pipes. The use of lead has been banned in water systems since 1986.
If there were any lead pipes, you would want to remove those. Water can actually corrode or erode pipes over time, and that could potentially release lead into the drinking water that you consume.
Most are now made of copper or plastic.
Find out for yourself what kind of pipes you have. If you have a plastic PVC pipe, that's not going to contain lead. You have copper pipe, that's not necessarily going to contain lead, but there could be lead in the solder in the joints. Some of the older fixtures in the solders have lead in them as well too.
According to the Benton Franklin Health District, lead has long been known to affect the brain, especially in children whose brain and nervous systems are still developing.
It all depends on how much and when and the age it was caught and when they tried to remedy it. Lead is not a natural part of our food system.
Lead can also be found in lead paint, the soil in some older orchards, soldering, welding and stained glass, and private wells. In Pasco, Riley Fitzgerald, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Riley, thanks for that. There are resources on our website to identify lead surface lines and test water. You can check your own address on the City of Pasco's website to see if the city has it. You can also find the link at applevalley.newsnow.com. Other news tonight, if you live in the lower Yakima Valley, Empowering Latina Leadership in Action wants to hear from you about your environmental concerns. Ella will be holding 3 listening sessions this week in Mabton, Sunnyside, and Grandview to talk about issues like the health effects of air contamination from wildfires, as well as nitrates and groundwater contamination. Organizers say it's a chance to let people know what resources are available to them and get a better grasp on what resources may still be needed based on community members' questions.
We really wanted it to be an opportunity for the community to share their experiences, their stories, especially if they lived in the Lower Yakima for many years.
The listening sessions will also include dinner, Spanish and English interpretation, free childcare, and raffle prizes. Well, turning to local living now, multiple locations across Yakima, the Tri-Cities, and Northern Oregon open today to collect shoebox gifts filled with toys, school supplies, and personal care items. It's all for Operation Christmas Child. This is thanks to the Samaritan's Purse Project. It ends next Monday, November 25th. The global goal here is to reach 12 million children. To find a location near you, just head to samaritanspurse.org. And the Benton County Sheriff's Office welcomed its first electronic storage device detection canine in the region today. BCSO says Blaze, the agency's new canine, was paid for by donations to the Benton County Sheriff Foundation. Blaze will be used during Internet Crimes Against Children investigations to help find hidden electronic storage devices such as thumb drives. Blaze was sworn into the Benton County Sheriff's Office and has already been fitted with her official canine vest.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
All right, let's take a live look outside. We'll call it the calm before the storm. And Dust Devil Sky Cam in Pasco looking good. Mostly clear skies and the winds have calmed slightly. It's been breezy throughout the day, as you know. Humidity at 65%, but things are going to be changing rapidly due to this atmospheric river coming in. Heavy mountain snow, particularly for the Washington Cascades, but even down into the Oregon Cascades. And this lighter shading around here, this is where lower elevation snow is possible. And as you can see, just to the west of the Tri-Cities. So Ellensburg, Yakima could see, plus some inland snow possible for the Spokane area. Also bringing with that big storm, strong wind potential. In fact, out in the ocean, they're going to see winds of up to 90 miles per hour. As it approaches the coast, it'll break down a little bit more, but we're going to be seeing winds along the coastline here of 60, sometimes 70 miles an hour. Add to that some very high waves as this low swirls around and moves in, much like a hurricane does. In fact, we could see a storm surge and waves above 30 feet hitting the Oregon and Washington coast. So a very substantial storm headed our way, one of the biggest I've seen in a long, long time. Let's take a look at Futurecast and see what we see here. Again, we'll see that snow coming across the Columbia River Gorge late tonight. Could see a little bit of snow right around the Dalles this evening. In the morning hours, though, we could pick up a little bit of snow there in Ellensburg and Yakima, mainly the Kittitas Valley, and even a few snowflakes in the mountains surrounding the Tri-Cities. Snow levels are dropping to about 500 feet tonight. They'll increase a little bit tomorrow, then drop back down. Here's what it looks like tomorrow evening. That's going to be the heavier snow as that system really moves on shore. That's going to bring lots of rain showers here to our lower elevations, but snow is possible all around Yakima, outside of Sunnyside, around the hills, into the Cascades, and right on down into the Blue Mountains as well. And you can see this nice little center, I call it our little donut hole of happiness. We're going to be wet, but we shouldn't be seeing much snow there at all. Treacherous driving conditions across those mountain passes. There's winter weather advisories through the area. Check it out. Blizzard warning just on the other side of Cle Elum. So think the top of Snoqualmie Pass. They're talking 8 to 20 inches and winds up to 60 miles an hour. That's this entire area in orange. Moving a little more to the east, it's a winter weather storm warning, and we could see 6 to 16 inches with 40-mile-an-hour winds, 2 to 4 inches locally for Ellensburg, 6 to 8 inches a little bit higher up. And if you're heading to the Spokane area, we're looking at 2 to 4 inches north of I-90, south of I-90, 1 to 3 inches of snow there as well. That all kicks in Tuesday into Wednesday morning, so that will be the stormiest. We also have wind alerts for the lower basin from 4 p.m. tomorrow until 10 a.m. But even though the Tri-Cities and these areas are not included in this warning, it's still going to be very windy, but windier as you get further south into Oregon. Let's take a look at those futurecast winds. We've been seeing those gusty winds in the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities. Those winds picking up along the foothills of the Blues tomorrow. Everybody will start to see those gusty winds by Tuesday night into Wednesday, and those winds will stay pretty breezy throughout the day on Wednesday. They shouldn't be more past the advisory level, though, going forward. Let's take a look at our temperatures overnight. Chilly, chilly, chilly. All right, the 7-day planner, it's lots of active weather. A windy day for Tri-Cities tomorrow with those chances of showers later in the afternoon. Breezy winds, and then we have wet weather at least through Saturday. Here's what it looks like in Yakima. A little stormier, a little bit cooler, especially overnight. Look at those temperatures down to freezing, where we could see some rain mixed with snow. Ellensburg, even more stormy, gustier winds through that Mountain Gap area. Icy roads and wintry mix possible even into early next weekend. Walla Walla looking for rain. The good news for Walla Walla is you're staying above that freezing level, so that should keep you away from those icy conditions. And Hermiston also staying above the freezing level at night. So overall, dealing with winds and some rain in the lower elevations. It's the mountains, the mountain passes could be treacherous to dangerous.
Now, are you going to go skiing on Friday if White Pass does open up?
Well, I kind of have a little thing called a job.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
You know,
all right.
But probably my hubby and some of his friends.
He probably will go, that's for sure. All right, still ahead on Apple Valley News Now in prime time. Our Dan Hansen joins us in studio with your Kraken Game of the Week.
Welcome to Fable Craft Bar, your next favorite place to experience. Be inspired by our stylish and locally crafted culinary delights. Join us Tuesdays for all-you-can-eat fish and chips, weekend brunch and football, Bookwalter wines, local beer, and signature cocktails. Savor the flavors of our delicious food to captivate your senses. Fable Craft Bar, stop for a bite, or bring delicious home with Uber Eats or DoorDash. 1705 Columbia Park Trail.
The holidays. And holiday trips. And holiday toys. And holiday bonding. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
Find your red tag. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $3,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your community Chevy dealers.
The holiday season is in full swing at Shelby's Floral. We invite you to celebrate the harvest of Thanksgiving and the joys of Christmas. Step into a wondrous world filled with autumn's rich colors and the magic of the holiday season. Discover beautiful holiday decor, seasonal centerpieces, and gifts that capture the spirit of giving. Be inspired for the beautiful holiday season around every corner. Come feel the joy at Shelby's Floral in our new location on Clearwater in Kennewick.
Shopping online for a Purple mattress? We get it. With Purple's unique Gel Flex grid and multiple foam layers, you'll experience effortless sleep that's motion adaptive, temperature balanced, pressure relieving, and ultra supportive. But which Purple mattress is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself. And during our Black Friday sale, save up to $1,000 on mattress and base bundles and get an instant gift. Shop Purple at Denver Mattress, the easiest way to find your perfect Purple.
Welcome to Nissan. Are you interested in
test drive?
Absolutely.
There's the all-new Kicks, the new V6-powered Frontier, and the Nissan Rogue. Consumer Guide's Best Buy 10 years in a row.
Finished with all your holiday shopping?
We are now.
Hurry in to the Nissan year-end sales event. Now get $1,250 customer cash on Rogue Platinum, or get a low $299 per month lease on Rogue.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, West Richland, Pasco, and Hermiston. It's time to start thinking of gifts for your friends and family. Smoke City for Less has all kinds of great ideas, like favorite character bags, trays, accessories, candles, and incense. And if your loved one is hard to shop for, get them a gift card so they can get what they want. Lowest prices and the largest selection of vape mods and the best batteries, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. Check them out this season. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
The Kraken Game of the Week, sponsored by Yakima Federal.
Apple Valley News Now is your local TV home to the Seattle Kraken. Now, the guys returned home to Climate Pledge Arena and ripped off 4 straight wins before losing Sunday night against the New York Rangers. The team is now looking to get on track as Dan Hansen breaks down this week's Game of the Week.
The Seattle Kraken ran into a roadblock in the New York Rangers, a team they've never beaten before. Although they got shut out, they've got 2 tough games this week. One of those is from Stacey Lee's old stomping grounds, the Los Angeles Kings. The Kraken and Kings played 11 games against each other. Their record all-time against the Monsters of the Deep is 5-5-1. The Kraken have been led by Jared McCann, who has 21 points on the year with 9 goals and 9 assists. Head coach Dan Bilesma says while the team lost to the Rangers, their homestand is proving to be a good one.
You know, we won the first 4 of them, and back-to-back, you're in a tough match against the Rangers, and I thought we had every right to think we could win that game.
Going into the game against the Kings, a player the Kraken need to keep their eye on is Kings' leading goal scorer, Adrian Kempe, who scored 4 goals in his last 2 games. The Kraken are sitting in 6th place behind second place Los Angeles, with only 4 points separating the teams in the standings. The Kings are coming off a win against the Detroit Red Wings, while the Kraken suffered their first shutout in 5 games. The Kraken have been on fire, scoring 15 goals in 6 games, something Kraken center Yanni Gourde says the team is doing well.
No, it's good. I mean, everybody wants to contribute offensively, and I'm really happy that I could help out the team.
The Kraken netminder Joey Decord is statistically the 12th best goalie in the NHL this year, with a save percentage of 92%. Right now, the Kraken have a 9-9-1 record. And you can catch that game beginning on MeTV this Saturday at 1 o'clock. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
All righty, Dan. Other sports news, the Tri-City Americans road trip is off to a rocky start as the team snapped their 12-game winning streak. The AMs started the road trip visiting the Prince Albert Raiders. The AMs didn't go down without a fight as they battled back from a 2-0 deficit to take the lead 3-2 in the third period. But the Raiders eventually won 5-3. The next night, the Americans tried to start a new streak against the Saskatoon Blades, but the Blades won 2-1. The Americans look to get back on track as they travel to Swift Current to take on the Broncos tomorrow. Major League Baseball released this year's Hall of Fame ballot, and 2 former Seattle Mariners are on it. Outfielder Ichiro Suzuki and pitcher Felix Hernandez are among 14 new candidates. Suzuki in 2001 joined Fred Lynn in 1975 as the only players to win AL Rookie of the Year and AL MVP in the same season. Suzuki was a 2-time AL batting champion and 10-time Gold Glove winner, I should say. Hernandez finished his career with more than 2,500 strikeouts. Inductees will be announced in January 2025. We have a quick health alert for you tonight. A new study talks a little bit about reasons to avoid sitting too much. Researchers looked at data from nearly 90,000 people. They compared their sitting and active time with diagnosis of conditions like stroke, heart attack, and heart failure in later years. So how much is too much sitting? Researchers found that over-sitting for more than 10.6 hours a day can lead to heart problems. And now to a consumer alert. Spirit Airlines has filed for bankruptcy. The airline says guests can continue to book and fly as normal while it restructures its debt. Because of the filing, the company expects its common stock to be canceled and have no value. Spirit was left with little options as it faced mounting losses and $3.1 billion in long-term debt. It is possible Spirit can file for bankruptcy and emerge stronger on the other side, but it could also end up being bought by another airline or be forced to liquidate. We'll keep you posted. Still ahead on Apple Valley News Now in prime time, we've got what's trending and weather.
That weather photo and the bottom line of what's to come. Stay with us.
Josh Cobra, First Alert Weather on Good Morning Northwest from Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Sundown M Ranch promotes patient-centered integrated care that focuses on the mind, body, and spirit. At Sundown M Ranch, the patient is the reason we are here. We take pride in our reputation of assisting individuals and family members through a difficult process with compassion, respect, and confidentiality.
Sundown M Ranch saved my life.
Last month, I celebrated 31 years of sobriety.
Sundown M Ranch. Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
Hey, babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE? Clue is get 4 of these for free with 4 lines for $90 a month at US Cellular.
James, have you tried the 4 free phone flakes? I love these free phone flakes.
Hey, Dad, 4 free phones.
Each serving has 4 free phones.
4 free phones?
Thanks.
Oh.
They're right behind me, aren't they? Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month. No trade-in needed. US Cellular.
Thank you guys for making Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest and ABC's Good Morning America the most watched morning news on local TV.
Thank you. What's new, what's now, and what's next? Plus First Alert Weather every 10 minutes. Wake up with Apple Valley News Now.
We're on your side.
On your side. Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts, supporting Bikes for Tykes, believes every kid should have a bike. Since 2009, Bikes for Tykes has given thousands of bikes and helmets to local kids, and they're doing it again this year. Click on Bikes for Tykes at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Here in Washington, we love the word and, like socks and sandals, flannels and beanies, wheat fields and mountains. And now with FundHub WA, saving money and helping the climate. Find grants to bring resources and funds to your community. Get incentives to grow your business and transition to clean energy. And discover rebates that will save you money at home and on the go and reduce emissions. Find funding opportunities today at fundhub.wa.gov.
When it comes to what's best in a mattress,
Big ol' springs.
memory foam,
Springs.
foam. Denver Mattress says, why not both? Introducing the Doctor's Choice Hybrid with the cooling full body comfort of gel memory foam and individually wrapped coils featuring Boss technology. All packed in this easy to manage box. Choose from the luxury firm, Plush, and Eurotop. And rest easy knowing it's backed by our 365-night better sleep guarantee. The Doctor's Choice Hybrid, exclusively at Denver Mattress.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on an efficient CR-V hybrid, spirited Accord hybrid, sporty Civic hybrid, and the all-electric Prologue. Don't wait. Turn your dreams into reality with a new Honda, named KBB.com's best overall EV and hybrid brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Hey, Luke, I am so excited to host the CMA Awards again.
Nashville, here we come.
Hang tight, honey, got a pocket full of money and I'm headed straight home to you.
Lady, what are you doing here?
I'm hosting the CMA Awards with y'all.
It looks like clear skies and a star-studded night. Saddle up for the CMA Awards from Nashville, only on Apple Valley News Now.
All right, boys. Y'all ready to do this?
Let's do it.
Move on over, Luke.
Okay, get. Oh.
Hey, check this out. About 200 middle school girls from Morrow and Umatilla counties got to partake in a Girls Tech Day over the weekend.
Pretty cool. Well, they got hands-on experience with robotics, coding, AI, and more. It was at Hermiston High School, hosted by Amazon Web Services. The day was meant to inspire and motivate them to pursue their interest in science, technology, engineering, and math. The program introduced the group of girls to a variety of different potential STEM careers travelers, and they got to hear from some female trailblazers about their own journeys as STEM professionals. Cool stuff for young ladies.
Yes, as a daughter of twin girls, I love that story.
Girl dad.
Yes, yes. Well, hey, a record number of Americans could be on the move this Thanksgiving.
That's right. AAA expects nearly 80 million people travel at least 50 miles over the holiday week. That's 1.7 million more travelers than last year. Most people will be getting to their destination by car. For those driving, expect those roads to be most crowded Tuesday and Wednesday before Thanksgiving and the Sunday and Monday after. The airport's also expecting large crowds. AAA says nearly 6 million people will be traveling by plane. The busiest day likely will be Sunday, December 1st.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm working.
Yes, yes, I know.
I'm hosting on Saturday
Okay.
after, so
very cool.
hopefully I get Black Friday, do a little shopping, do a little cooking.
We're gonna go out to eat this year.
There you go.
We're gonna do that. Yeah, because I'm working as well.
There you go.
But I'll get a little break
We'll get it
in
catered
there.
into the office. How about that?
That's a good idea.
All right, let's take a look at our viewer photo of the day. This is a beauty. Wildlife in Columbia Park. Have you guys ever seen bald eagles at Columbia Park?
I have.
Now, I have seen them hunting in the river down by the park. So good job, Raphael. Remember to get your weather photo on television. That QR code on the right side of your screen will take you right to the landing page, or you can go to applevalleyNewsNow.com. Click on the weather tab. All right, the bottom line, we got a lot of active weather, gusty winds in our area with scattered showers for most of us. Some of us are going to be seeing some snowflakes, Kittitas Valley, possibly into Yakima, Mountain Valley snow. That's late Tuesday into Wednesday. And then we have more wet weather later in the week. And some of those mountain passes could be next to impossible to travel across. So maybe avoid travel tomorrow night and Wednesday.
Well, stay warm, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for Apple Valley News Now and Primetime. Updates at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Austin Reed with Stacey Lee, hoping your news is good news.
See you back here at 11.